Hi, it's Kurinyanko again. Welcome back. Since there was Tokyo Game Show last week and we saw a lot of KOF 15 footage, so I've been watching a lot of them and getting a good idea of where the changes is and how's that gonna affect the gameplay. So this video is go by this order: Shatter Strike, then MaxMode, then other game mechanic adjustment, and at the end, a brief speculation for 15 gameplay. And as always, I'll leave a timestamp underneath so that you can skip to the bit that you want to listen to. So let's do a quick recap of KOF 15 new game mechanic. Shatter Strike, it requires 1 meter to perform. Command is a quarter circle forward C and D. It have a guard point period. And on hit, it does crumple on ground opponent and wall bounce on airborne opponent, and it can be punished on block. Since it's designed as a defensive mechanic, so I'll talk about the defensive use first. To me, I think its main purpose is to interrupting block strings. It will give a reason for opponent to tighten the gaps on their block strings and adding another layer of mix-up. And of course, when you anticipate an attack, as long as it's not super late and you are within the range, you can use it to counter opponent's attack. Also, you can use it as an anti-air move. With this, it should allow character that who doesn't have a good anti-air to defend themselves from a jumping opponent. But due to its slow startup, it's not so good against Hop's attack, so unless you read opponents is gonna do a Hop attack, I reckon it's better to use it against normal jump and high jump attacks. And in terms of offense, you can mainly use it as a part of combo, since it does refund half of the meter on hit and withstand opponent for extending combo. Even with the combo scaling that it gives, it's totally worth to use, and you can get meter after that as well. So I expect it depends on character, it practically no cost at all. But if you got a lot of meter and if you're going for kill, using Shatter Strike is not so efficient, cause with the combo scaling it gives, it will reduce a lot of damage after, which maybe is a good thing, so that you have to do different combo at different times. As strong as it seems, that does come with some weaknesses. First, it has no throw invincibility, so you can be thrown during the startup. Also, the armor frame will be finished when the attack is out, so it can still lose to attack with long duration. And of course, you can bait it and punish it after. Other than that, the startup is not quick enough to combo it from light attack. So if the character doesn't have a command normal that can connect from light attack, they might not able to benefit from Shatter Strike as well as the character who can. So let's do a quick recap to MaxMode. So all MaxMode activation requires 2 meter now, and raw activation does increase damage, also damage to guard bar as well. And during MaxMode, any action that requires meter, like guard cancel or Shatter Strike, even super, we just use the MaxMode meter instead of using extra meter. And for Quick Max, besides it costs 2 meter now, you can still use it to cancel normal and command normal, pretty much similar to KOF 14. Since KOF 15 raw max activation does increase damage and guard damage, like the video above, so now raw max and look into fishing with Bare Knuckle. And as soon as it lands on here, he super cancel into Buster Wolf. And if you pay attention to the meter, Terry only used it 1 extra bar to do the climax move, which without max mode it will be 4 bar. As a result, he saved it 1 meter. And as for Quick Max, you can turn Whiff Punish into bigger damage just like the video, so it's from overhead or after hit confirming. In 15, SNK also tuned some of the in-game mechanics. And to me, the counter hit property changes to non-knockdown normals is the biggest and obvious one to me, which makes air-to-air and normals to anti-air can potentially have a much higher reward. And in KOF 15, SNK added counter hit state during backdash animation. With the counter hit property changes, it makes backdash in KOF 15 have a much higher risk, as it's easier to get reward from punishing it. But I think that is totally fair, which backdash is still really good, but if you read it, you can be rewarded by punishing it. And also, this is not 100% confirmed, it's about guard cancel CD. But before I say anything, please take a look on this clip first. Yeah, that doesn't kill. hasn't killed. Like she had nothing, but that's good to know. And just in case I was wrong, let's zoom into the health bar and see if I was wrong. So I thought I was right until I saw this. So this looked like a guard cancel CD, but actually does kill because of the screen fading. So to understand what happened, I'll put it side by side. And the difference between it is the one on the left says punish, it doesn't kill. And then the one on the right that say counter hit actually kill. So based on this, I suspect that if you want to use a guard cancel CD to go for a kill, it has to be counter hit. If that's really the case, I think it's actually really fair. Cause before, when they are really low, they just can't even afford to do any attack. You just need to wait for any uncancelable move, then you can just guard cancel the CD, then you can go for a kill, which is kind of cheap to be honest, and not going to lie, I do that quite often as well when I have the chance. So I think it would be a nice change if this is true. And at last, this is not really a change, this is just confirming the basic anti-roll option select is still in the game. It's because that A and D now is becoming a taunt. So I was worrying about the taunt will have a higher priority than standing CD, which it isn't, which I think is a good thing, that SNK leave this untouched. What you guys are listening to now is the second take of my speculation of 15 gameplay, cause the original one that I took is almost 10 minutes, so I thought it doesn't really fit for the theme of this video. So instead, I decided to re-record this and just give a brief idea of like what my speculation is like. So if the launch game is not going to be too different to the demo, I think the neutral gameplay in 15 is going to be quite different to KOF 14. The obvious thing is MaxMode requires 2 bars to activate, and you can do EX move anytime without MaxMode. Also with Shatter Strike as well. So in a very short conclusion, KOF 15 is going to be less explosive than KOF 14 and a lot more neutral gameplay. Hence a lot of older Japanese KOF players are liking 15 more than 14. So due to the camera is more zoomed into the character, which makes the gameplay area is smaller. In another word, the screen is smaller. So as for Sona, they can't really drag the distance as far as 14, and on top of all the EX move that might able to get through Fireball easier. Also Shatter Strike to beat any block string that ends with Fireball. So I think Sona is gonna have a slightly harder time in KOF 15. As for meter usage, even just with half a meter, you can already start to do some craziness. Either on neutral or after hit confirming, you're able to dish out a decent damage. Then on top of that, you get Shatter Strike as well. Like again, that I haven't talked about it enough. So I think the gameplay is gonna be evolved around these two mechanics, and use super and max mode when you have spare meters. And as for max mode combo, while 14 combo it still works, but from the changes of max mode, then you can use level 1 super for free. So I think the combo route is going to change quite a lot for damage and resources efficiency. So it depends on the length of the max mode bar. After quick max, 1 to 2 EX move into level 1 super will possibly give you the best damage in 2 bar. And there's one example that I found, so let's take a look. Yeah, that's just 2 bar. Let's just ignore the advanced cancel at the end. And beside a few light attack for hit confirming that reduced a bit of damage, I think this is a very good example of the optimal damage for 2 bars. And as for 3 bar damage, here is a not so good example, but let's watch it first and I'll explain why. So why I think that is not so good? First, while you're in max mode, using max super costs 1 extra bar, and climax costs 1 extra bar as well. And usually max super costs 2 bar, and climax does more damage, costs 3 bar. So if you're gonna go in for higher damage combo, then of course you're gonna go for climax, right? Second, I think like if you just do one EX move and a normal special, then you're going to level 1 super and you still live in max mode. So if you just spend 1 extra bar to do advanced cancel or climax cancel, you should able to dish out more damage than the traditional max mode combo. So therefore, this is why I say that it's not the best example. But this is all my speculation. Until the game is out, until I got the training mode myself, I can't really say for sure. It kind of just guessing at the moment. So I don't think SNK is listening to me here. But if you are, please give me the demo with a training mode soon, please. There's so many things I want to try. And that's about it for today. Took me a long time to make this video, to gather all the resources, and at the end, Dune let me use his content to edit the video, so big thanks to him. And I feel re-edit as well, so it took me a long time, but here it is. If you've been waiting, thank you for waiting, and if you're watching till here, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon.